Guys, this will be a breakdown of Zigi's 11.33 3x3 average of 5. Scrambles and video will be in the description if you want to follow along. By the way, if you want to get your solves critiqued, simply send me a video with 5 solves and make sure you reconstruct the solves using CubeDB. Just send me the link to a video with the 5 solves in the description below. Donations are appreciated, but they're not necessary. You would donate on any of my live streams. I stream every single day. Anyways, first solve, Y move, inspection. Okay, now a very, very long cross that is definitely not worth it. So let's see what you did. So L, G prime, U prime, L, F prime. Okay, up to there seems reasonable. Okay, now here you did something really bad. So you did L prime, U prime, L, Y, L prime, F prime, L prime. Now, using 6 moves to solve one cross piece is very overkill. Never requires that many moves to solve a single cross piece. And even after you take it out, don't rotate. Never rotate during a cross or an X cross. There's not a single situation in the history of cubing where you would ever have to rotate during a cross. So if you're rotating during cross, then you're doing it wrong. Anyways, what I'm saying is here, instead of rotating to that, you can do F, R prime, F prime. And this is an insert that people miss out on. You always have to use this if you get it from the side. Something like that. But anyways, from here, you could just solve the cross edge in 3 moves, D prime, F prime, D. So I'm not sure why you would do 6 moves for it. Anyways, you did 6 moves for it, and then first pair, you did this pair very inefficiently. R, U, R prime. Oh, you did. Okay, so you picked not a great pair to do, which tells me you didn't plan cross +1. So you should be planning first pair at your level, although it would be really, really hard with a super long cross. So try to make your cross solutions more efficient and think about your first pair. But to solve this pair, obviously you would just pair it up and insert it into the back with a cancellation like that. But you took it out and then you did this. So for this pair at this angle, you can do R prime F, R2 U, R prime U2 F prime. It's a nice slot. It's a nice case when you have this slot empty, so you can do that to pair it up, and then U2 F prime. So it would look like. But anyways, you solved it like that. And also, if you're solving your first pair, you should solve it into the back left. So here you would solve it like that. Or you would solve it like anti-soon, cancel into inserting the pair. Or you would solve it by doing a sledgehammer and then insert. This is one of my favorites, actually, doing a sledgehammer to pair it up when the slot is empty. Anyways, though, you did this. And then second pair, you rotated. And here, there, you don't actually have to rotate because you can do this pair instead. So this pair you can just keyhole by doing something like YG, U prime, L, U, L prime, D prime. And now you have 2 really nice pairs that cancel into a free pair. Well, well, they don't actually, but like it's still pretty good. Anyways, though, then here, instead of doing this really nice 5 move pair, you did a Y prime into this pair, which is fine. I'm not going to judge that. And here you did third pair with a rotation. Why would you? What? Oh, you did a Y prime, Y D prime. Okay, so yeah, obviously you would just do the pair instead of doing 2 rotations. But anyways, just do the pair and don't do hesitations, and you can avoid that by simply recognizing a pair before doing random moves. Last pair was fine. And then you had OLL. Make sure to push the S at the start so you can do pinch U and then make the out flow smoothly like that. Anyways, you had an R perm, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Solve. So before I talk about the second solve, I just want to say that your turning is generally a little bit lucky, so you would want to practice all your PLLs so that you wouldn't lock up as much. But anyways, you did this super long X cross that's really unnecessary. Going to what I would just do is, it's actually very simple what I would do. So this is a very nice case. I'd probably go like, okay, D, U, F prime. So D, U at the same time, like that. Insert this cross with an F prime. Then R, D prime F to insert the last cross edge, and then I'd insert this pair. And that would be a very nice solution. But cancel, something like that. We did an x2 into a very long solution. So du r prime d prime. Oh, y d prime. So yeah, you're rotating during a cross again, and you never want to rotate during cross. There's never a single time where you want to do it. Anyways, okay, so you insert this pair, take this out, insert. Okay, that's kind of bad, to be honest. So that's not a good way to be solving this case here. So for this case here, actually, you would just do something like solve the cross edge normally and then insert d prime f prime d r. So for this, you would just do something like r y g prime r u prime d at the same time and then insert the pair. But anyways, okay, ZBLL, I know this one. This one is, anyways, x2 du r prime d prime, and then y d prime, so never do a rotation in cross. And then you did this really weird solution, which isn't that good. But here you could cancel into this pair like that. Unfortunately, you weren't able to see that, and you did this bad solution for it. So L prime U L, water U prime, water prime, R U M prime. Okay, just do R prime F U prime F prime R. It's really good. And it also sets up this free pair, so you can insert the free pair right away. But this is a much better solution. R prime F U prime F prime R, like that. And by the way, if you have this same case, but from this angle, you can do L F prime U F L prime, and it's also really good. And in this case, it also sets up a free pair. So you want to finger trick it like this, U with middle, F like that, L prime. Anyways, you did this, and then you had this pair. Okay, that pair's fine, but it gave you a pretty bad case, so that's kind of unlucky. If you had foresight, you would avoid inserting this into the back left, but fortunately you did, and you rotated twice, which is never necessary for a pair. Maximum amount of rotations for a pair is 1. Anyways, you did 2 rotations, so you did this very long solution that's not good. From the back left, it kind of sucks from the back left, but you can solve it rotationless. Take out the pair, and then R prime F2, something like that. You can think of it as R prime F2, wide R2B, wide prime FR, or you can think of it as wide L prime U2, L2U, L2 prime U, wide L. And it's actually pretty okay. I mean, it's not terrible. So you take it out and then you do that solution to solve this pair. It would look like that. But from this angle, you can solve it with something like, I don't know, sledgehammer. Just solve it normally. From this angle, sledge, and then solve it normally. But you would want to avoid putting the edge in front so you wouldn't get a dot OLL like that. But anyways, you did it from here all the way here, and then rotate L prime U prime L U2 L prime U2 L U prime Y L U L prime. And then that gave you this OLL, so nice job in doing this OLL, but not a good job in getting the E perm. So here you could actually just do either this, so the mirror of your OLL, so make sure to push the S moves, as always. Make sure to do like that, and then you would get your edges. So it's actually very simple. You recognize it the same way as you would recognize T, C OLL. So like, for this one, if you see it like, if it's like this, where, you know, these two are matching, then if you do this, it's going to be a diag, right? But if you do it from here, you would get an H perm or E perm, I mean, U perm or Z perm, right? But if you do this, it's not as good. So you could also do S prime, R prime, U prime, R, S, U backsledge, and it would look like that. So something like that. But anyways, you did this and then E perm, and you got a pretty nice time. But yeah, just make sure if you want to turn better and lock up less, especially during the last layer, you need to drill all your algs and maybe do PLL time attack and get all of your algs sub 1 or something like that. Aim for, I don't know, sub 25 PLL time attack at your level. It's a very funny solve, and the caption under the reconstruction even says weird ass XX cross, and I wholeheartedly agree. That is a really weird ass XX cross, and all of your cross solutions seem to be very janky. A 6-move insert for one single cross edge on the first solve, rotation during a very long X cross on the second solve, and here you have a really interesting double X cross that also has a rotation in it. Reminder that you should never rotate during X cross or any cross. But anyways, you did a Z prime, Y prime, and wide R prime, F. Okay, first 2 moves are reasonable, but what comes after doesn't really make sense. So L, D, U, U, wide L, U, L prime, U prime, M prime, U, Y prime, F, U2, L, U prime, L prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, U. Oh my god, L. What the hell is this? Okay, that was the weirdest thing ever, but you ended up giving yourself an XX cross and then 2 free pairs. I can't tell if I'm supposed to be disgusted or impressed, but anyways, for the OLL, this is a better alg. R prime F, R, S, R prime, F prime, R prime, R, S prime. Please switch to this alg, and you can find all my OLL and PLL algorithms in the description. You better watch the video and switch some of your algs. But anyways, going back to what you did, you somehow made an X cross. But before I talk about that, U-perm, I did notice that for all of your solves, you're not turning at your max TPS, and especially for last layer, I think you should boost your TPS a little bit. Turn a bit faster so your times will be a bit faster. And in F2L, you're also turning pretty slowly, and I know you can turn faster than that, so really, you should experiment with just turning faster, see how it feels. You can still look ahead when turning fast. It's just harder, but the fact that you're turning faster would make up for it, and the more you do faster turning solves, the more you'll get used to it, and the better you look ahead. Ideally, look ahead is just not looking at the pair while you solve that pair and looking at the next pair. Anyways, you did this really weird X cross that somehow worked, and I will not talk about it except for the fact that you should never do this insert. Like this insert, you should never do it. If you want to get your edges from here, you can just do something like fat F, wider prime U from wider R, which is a back edge, like that. But you should never be doing this solution. It's not good. There's always a better alternative. For the back right, you would do ideally the same thing. You would do a fat F prime U, fat F prime, fat F R prime instead of the wider insert like that. Never do that insert. Anyways, going to what you did, somehow you made this work. But if I were to do it, I would do basically the same star, wide R prime, F, and then L, right? Then I can do D prime, and then R, U prime D at the same time, F. And now here, all I have to do is very simple. So I can just insert this edge into here, which would keep this pair paired up. And then I would insert that free pair that I kept paired up. And here I could cancel into this. You could solve it like that. It's a very cool and fill trick that you definitely should know, and then you get a free pair. And that. So F12 trick in question is when you have this F12 edge going into here, there's a really nice out for it. R, YG, R prime, U prime, R, YG prime, R prime, finger tricked exactly like the way I just showed. So it would look like. But anyways, if you want to do the same case for the back right slot, instead of doing the mirror, you can do R2 prime F, R, U prime, F prime, R. This is also really nice. And I would like to credit Jaden McNeil for these algorithms. He has really nice F2L algorithms that work really nicely. So yeah, thank him for this. Anyways, that would be the solution I would do, and I have no idea how your weird XX cross ended up working and giving you a decent solve. Part of the solve had really fast turning, and I'm like, okay, if you can turn this fast for this one solve, then you can turn this fast for the rest of your solves, and you'll automatically be faster. So yeah, it's really how it works. Maybe first few solve is going to be feeling weird if you turn as fast as possible, but you'll get used to it, and it'll be worth it. You'll be at least a second faster if you just turn faster every single solve, because you're turning at like 5 to 6 TPS, which isn't much for your level. Anyways, X2. Okay, another very interesting cross. So R prime, B, D, F, D prime, L prime, U prime, L, F2. Yeah, you kind of have the cross solutions of someone that averages 20, but you average like 11, so that doesn't really make sense. Up to here was fine, but from here you can either do F prime, R prime, F2, D prime, or you can just do F, D2, L, D. I have no idea why you would do something like D prime, L prime, U prime, L, F2 to solve this. Like, I thought it's common knowledge for any sub 15 cuber, let alone sub 12, to do D2, L, and then that. But for some reason, doesn't seem like you know how to do cross properly. But next. Okay, so first pair should be planned. I would probably do this case, which with the alg I already showed, something like that. Or this pair, R, U2, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R. Anyways, that's not happening, and you did this. Then here you did Y prime, U prime, U, U, L, U prime, L prime, U, L prime, U, L, U2, Y prime, R. Okay, yeah, this is not that efficient, as you can probably tell. Let's see what pair you were trying to do. So, oh, okay. So first of all, the U is not necessary. But anyways, you took this out. Okay, well, don't do that. But because you can just do LU2 L prime, FU F prime, right? And that even gives you a free pair. So, although I do like finger trick wise LU2 L prime, S prime, L, S a bit more. It's just that it doesn't really give you the free pair. So, anyways, you did this, and from here I would just solve it like normal, right? But you paired it from here, and you had to rotate in the middle. First of all, I wouldn't rotate in the middle. And second of all, something that I've been saying in every single one of my critique is that you never should rotate in the middle of a pair if you have the option of simply rotating before the pair. So like I said, you would rotate before the pair and you would solve like that, or you would solve it like that since you have the slot empty, right? But you rotate it in the middle of the pair, which should never be done. It's always better to either rotate at the start of the pair or don't rotate at all. And there is a way to just not rotate at all, being F, U2, R, U, R prime, U, F prime. So, something like that. Anyways, okay. Rotation into this, and you should rotate this way so you have your last slot in the front right. And also, you could do something like paired up in the back right. That way, you would have this edge taken out, so you would probably have a nicer case. But anyways, you did this, except from this angle, and then you did a rotation for this pair, and this pair does not require rotation. You can do LU to L prime, U, L, U, L prime, like that, or you can do R, D prime, R prime, U to R, D, R prime. From here, you can do R, D prime, R prime, U from R, D, R prime. From here, you can do R, D prime, R prime, U, R, D, R prime. And they're all really fast. You had it from here. But anyways, you did a rotation for some reason, and you did a pretty bad solution. So to solve this pair from this angle, solve it like L prime UL, U2 L prime UL from here. But you did it like this, and it's kind of funny. It gave me flashbacks to back when I actually used that solution to solve it. Back when I was like averaging like 40 seconds, that was the solution I used. But you average like 11, so you should probably do 7 movers instead of 9 movers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's 11 mover. Anyways, you did the Ola, and then F perm, which you did the mediocre alg for. Try doing this alg. It's the fastest F perm, and a lot of people have switched to it because it's so good. It's just faster. This solve, you looked at the back a lot, and I just want to say that you should never look at the back like this during F2L. If you want to recognize cases, you can slightly do like tilt it to the right or to the left, which doesn't really take time, but like doing this, don't do that. Never do that. And you did that during last layer as well. So yeah, there should never be a reason to do that. You can just gradually learn two-sided recognition, because for PLL, what happened for me was I didn't have to learn two-sided PLL recognition. And to be honest, like, okay, so like I got this in one of my solves, and for some reason I automatically knew it was an F perm. Like, this is all I saw, and I'm like, okay, F perm, let's do it. And of course I did not do that one, and I did this alg. But the point is, I learned two-sided PLL recognition not by actually learning two-sided PLL recognition. I learned it because I did so many solves that I just knew it was an F perm. So the more solves you do, the more you'll be able to just realize what a PLL is without even thinking about it. So yeah, what I'm saying is you'll learn two-side PLL recognition without actually needing to physically learn it. So that's why I'm saying that you don't need to look at the back. It's not necessary, and you only need 2 sides to recognize it. And even though you don't know how to do that yet, you could simply do a lot of solves, and then you'll be able to do it automatically. Anyways, for the solve, oh boy, long X cross. Let me just show you what I would do. So it's a pretty tame solution. U prime, R prime, F, R2, right? Then D, F prime, and then just insert this corner, right? And then here I would insert this corner as well, because this edge is solved. And then I would do a D2. And that is it for the double X cross, and we are done. Unless you want to be even bigger brain and do something like YG prime, insert this edge, and then do a D prime, or YG prime, which gives you a triple X cross. And then here, you know, you could also do this pair, getting your EO, which would be something like that. I don't know, maybe something like that. Of course, RUSU prime. You just do normal moves, which gives you a very nice continuation, because you can insert this corner, and then do a D move, insert this corner, and then do a YG move. So like that, insert this, and then here you can do either a D prime or a YG prime. And then you can just get your EO by doing something like this, and then, yeah. R, D prime, R prime, F. Okay, I'm not sure why you would do that, but anyways. Okay, solve this pair without actually solving this cross edge. Now, this technique you're using of inserting pairs before you inserting the cross edge is not really a good idea most of the time. So just insert the cross edge. Just plan your cross instead of doing F12 pairs and then inserting the last F12 edge. Cross edge. It just doesn't really work that well, because you have to do something like that. But anyways, yeah, just do cross normally and then do your pair normally. Next, however, okay, so here you could have just solved this pair, which would give you the free pair anyway, but you wanted to take out the free pair from here by doing something like, you wanted to take it out like this. Now, the solution to solve this pair would just be L, U prime, L2, U, L prime, and not something like this. Even though that does take out the pair, you would want to just cancel into it for a much smoother execution. So that's how you would solve the pair, rather than this. that preserves the pair as well though, so it's not the biggest deal. You did a fat if insert. Then here you rotate it to the back left. Now for F12, don't rotate so that you have to fill the back left. Just rotate for the front right if you're on last slot. And you would do something like that. But from here, you don't actually have to rotate. You can do F, sledge F prime, and that gives you all your edges all the same. So F, sledge with thumb, and then F prime like that. So it's a really nice solution. And if you're not looking for your EO, you can just do F, R, U2 prime, R prime, F prime. Or F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime. But anyways, you did it from here, like that. And to get your edges, you can also do wide R, U prime, wide R, B, wide R, 2 prime. And this is actually a very underrated solution. So it's like that. And it's so fast. It's like that. It's just so fast. But anyways, you did it like that, and then that gave you this nice oval though. So, and then here J prim, you did this alg. Now I'm not the biggest fan of this alg simply because it's not that fast, but anyways, I don't think it's bad. I just don't like it that much, and I prefer this alg. So, R prime, sledge, R, U2 prime, wide R prime, U, wide R, U2 prime. This alg is just faster and flows better. But you did this alg, which I'm not gonna judge because, you know, it's not bad, but personally I would just do that into a U2 AUF, but you did this and U2. So, by the way, finger trick. You can do this alg regripless, and I think it's good. Timon said he did a regripless. So R prime U, wide R prime, F2, wide R, F prime, like that. So F prime, R prime, F2, wide R, R. And it would look something like that, I guess. I just don't like this alg that much. It's just not that fast. Yeah, but it still kind of works, I guess. I would just do a U move into this solution. But anyways, that's it for the solve critique. And these solves were really, really interesting. So yeah, starting with the first solve, you did a 6-move insert for just a single cross edge. And yeah, you really need to work on your cross solutions. And don't even think about planning first pair actually, since your cross solutions just aren't conducive to planning first pair. You really need to have more efficient cross solutions to make planning first pair possible. Anyways though, your F12 solutions generally are a little bit rough, and you should definitely learn my last lot cases video before learning any more F12 tricks. So yeah, definitely check out the video linked in the description. It has F12, OLL, PLL. Watch that video, learn all of the algorithms. And yeah, you can definitely learn a lot from that video if what you did in these solves is a good representation of what your solving style is like. But anyways, yeah, you do have the common issue I see in the people I critique of rotating in the middle of the pair and doing U moves before a pair. So those are things in F12 that you should avoid. But otherwise, it's seemingly good. You don't really regrip in F12, or at all actually, so that's a good thing. But your cross solutions are very, very long, making planning first pair kind of impossible, which kind of ruins the flow of your solve. And in addition to that, you could also turn a bit faster, which would make you faster. But I think the most important thing, my number one tip for you would be to work on your cross solutions, make them shorter. Like to solve this, you can just do D prime R prime D from here, or D prime F prime D. And there is absolutely no need to do 6 moves with a rotation like that. And from here, you can just do F, R prime, F prime. So yeah, stuff like that, you should definitely know, and you shouldn't be doing, you know, like when you had this, right? You could just do D2 LD to solve it, right? But you did D prime, L prime, U prime, L, F2. So, and this you can also do F2, R prime, F2, D prime. But yeah, just stuff like that. Those cross inserts you should be knowing for your level, because your crosses, they're more like someone who averages sub 30 or sub 20 instead of sub 12. So yeah, if you want to get faster, the number one thing I recommend for you is to work on your cross solutions and make them as efficient as possible. And once you do that, planning first pair will be very easy with 15 seconds of inspection or more. Don't be afraid to go over the time limit. But yeah, and for your cross solutions, another tip I have is to not insert your first F12 pair before inserting the last cross edge. It just doesn't actually help, and it makes recognition harder, and it makes your crosses also very inefficient. So yeah, just do your cross normally and then plan your first pair and execute it as a combination of cross plus first pair instead of 3 cross edges, first pair, and then last cross edge. It doesn't work that way. Anyways, there's not much else left to say. So yeah, number one tip for you is to learn better cross solutions, implement them, be creative, but make sure that the creativity is efficient and not like 20 move double X cross with M moves and a rotation. Yeah, don't do that kind of thing. And yeah, watch my last layer alg video with all my OLL and PLL algs. You could learn something new, and I guess that's it for this critique. Thanks for watching.